One other thing that South Africa is famous for is the discovery of a primitive fish that was thought to have been extinct for more than 65 million years. And talking to Meera Senthilingam, here's marine scientist Paul Skelton.
Well, it was a chance encounter. It occurred in December 1938 for the first time. What happened there was a South African trawler coming into harbour on the day before Christmas. When it came into harbour, the captain of the trawler contacted Marjorie Courtenay-Latimer at the East London Museum, and she came down to the harbour, and she went on deck, and there was a pile of fish on deck. And then she said she saw this wonderful blue. She had the first specimen of the living coelacanth to be found and reported. She saw this lovely fish, put in a taxi, took it back, and then sent a letter down to J.L.B. Smith. J.L.B. Smith was a chemistry professor at Rhodes University, but a well-known ichthyologist. And he recognized the sketch and thought it was a coelacanth. He announced this to a disbelieving world at that time.
Now, why was this finding so incredible? What was so special about this fish?
First of all, it was very special because coelacanths were known to ichthyologists, but they were only known as fossils, only in the fossil record. And the latest, or the most recent fossil, was about 70 million years old. So when this came up, there was a gap of 70 million years between the known fossil record and this living specimen. So stunning because it is of a lineage of great interest to ichthyology. It's got unique features that no other fishes, living fishes at least, have.
So this is a fish that would have been living at the time of the dinosaurs?
Oh yes. It goes right back to Devonian times, before the dinosaurs.
What marks it as a unique species, this coelacanth?
There are a number of very special features, and these are displayed in this specimen, which we have dissected to show some of these features, and some of which are even obvious without dissection. So the fins, for example, if you look at the structure of several of the fins, they are unique in having like a limb. That is very, very unusual. And in fact, the structures of those limbs are predecessors in a way to the tetrapod limb. They've got the bone structure of a tetrapod limb.
Now this is a very large fish. I'd say this particular specimen is over a metre, maybe 1.25 meters long?
Yes, this is not the largest specimen on record, but it is a full-grown adult. Yes, they get pretty big, up to around about 2 meters in length. So that's the height of a man. And they get up to around about at least 100 kilograms in weight. So they are big fishes.
So where do you find this fish? Where does it live?
We now know that the coelacanth is widespread off the East African coast. They've also been found in Indonesia. About 10 years ago, a single specimen was reported, and then a subsequent specimen was actually collected. We suspect we don't know the full story of their distribution, but it's much more widespread than we believed at first.
Now, what do you think the information that we know about this coelacanth and the fact that it existed so long ago can help us understand more about in science?
Oh, there's lots they can tell you. It's a lineage of vertebrate diversity that is not represented anywhere else. So that particular lineage and the features of it, anything we learn and know about it is going to assist our understanding on life on Earth, obviously. There are many features, for example, even in the embryogenesis. Why have they retained a notochord? Those simple questions or obvious questions start allowing us to ask some of the developmental and evolutionary questions of life on Earth. All these sort of questions are going to assist us understanding life in the marine world, if nowhere else.
And possibly also give us some clues about where we all came from too.